Hey guys, so in today's video I'm going to be doing a wrap up for January and a TBR for February. I'm sorry it's a bit late, we're already a week into February, but I have just been so behind on videos lately. I haven't really had a whole lot of opportunities to film. So getting into what I read for the month of January, I read 10 books, which is really amazing. I'm very happy with that. Although they weren't all full books, there was a couple children's books and some graphic novels, so you know, they weren't all full-length novels, but that's okay. I'm still proud of what I read. So the first thing that I read in January was More About Paddington, which is by Michael Bond, and this is the second book in a chapter book series. I really enjoyed this book much more than the first one. They just keep getting cuter and cuter. I definitely want to continue reading more books from this children's series. It's very fun, and I am so excited for the movie to come out. Like, I just cannot wait. I gave this a 4 stars. Then I read Ignite Me by Taha Ramafi. This is the third and final book in the Shatter Me trilogy. I have actually mixed feelings about this book. Like, I've had so many people say like, oh my god, I love it so much, and I did really love it. I mean, these books are incredible and the writing style is just blows my mind. So good. But there are just certain things about the plot that really bothered me. I won't spoil anything, of course, if you haven't read the series, but just for those of you who have read it, you will understand probably what I am saying when I say certain characters and their actions and how they just totally did a 360 personality-wise in this book. I was just like, no. I did not like the way that the character, one specific character was written in this book, but overall a great series. It's one I definitely recommend. I still gave this book 5 stars because the writing style is just so beautiful, so yes, I did like it very much. Then I read Junie B. Jones and the Stupid Smelly Bus, which is by Barbara Park. I read these books when I was a kid, and I've been like so excited to read them again for whatever reason. I just wanted to kind of go down memory lane and read these books again, so I'm excited to do that, and this first book was very cute. I really like Junie B. Jones. She's very sassy. So yeah, I think I gave it a 4 stars the second time around, so yeah. Then I read this comic book, which is Miss Marvel No Normal, and it is a Marvel comic book. It is about this girl. She really idolizes this group of superheroes. I can't believe I'm totally blanking on their name. Anyway, and she ends up turning into a superhero herself, basically. It's so much more than how I just described it, but that's all I really know what to say about it. It's just very good. It has a lot of great messages in it, and yeah, I cannot wait to read more. The artwork is awesome. Of course, it's a Marvel comic, so you know it's gonna be pretty great, and I really enjoyed this. Definitely highly recommend it. I gave this 5 stars. Then I read Cruel Beauty by Rosamund Hodge. I don't really have a whole lot of happy things to say about this book, so just prepare yourself for that. I was so disappointed by this book. I can't even begin to express to you how disappointed I was. This is supposed to be a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, and it follows this girl. She's basically been raised all of her life to assassinate this demon lord who rules over their land, and she is in an arranged marriage with him because her father made a deal with this demon lord a long time ago that his first child would be married to him or whatever. It sounds pretty epic. Like, I was so excited for this once I heard what it was about. But it's just so strange. Like, when I got done reading this, nothing made sense. I have a review on Goodreads that kind of goes into more detail, so I'll link that down below in case you're interested, because I do have more things to say, but I don't want to sit here and talk about this book forever. So the bottom line is, I did not like it. I don't think I would recommend it. There were certain things that I did enjoy about it, like it was very interesting and it kept me reading through to the end, although at the beginning of the book I was kind of tempted to not even finish it, but I ended up finishing it. This book was not for me, but there's so many people who love this book, so I don't know. I gave this I think I gave it a 1 star. I might have given it 2 on Goodreads, but I think I would just say it's a 1 star for me. Now on to happier things. I read A Farewell to Charms by Lindsay Leavitt, and this is the third and final book in the Princess for Hire series, which this series is about a girl who becomes a substitute for princesses. She puts on this magic blush that turns her into these princesses, and she pretends to be them while the princess goes on vacation or whatever. And there's like this whole magical agency that does this kind of thing. And anyway, it's so good. This is just one of the cutest series ever, and I really loved the third and final book. There was a couple things that I wish had been done differently in the plot, but overall it was so good. And I'm just sad that the series is over because I will miss the characters, and it has a special place in my heart. It's a great series, so I definitely recommend it, and I gave this a 5 stars. Then for a book club that I am in, I read The Girl Who Chased the Moon by Sarah Addison Allen, and it was so fantastic. I gave it a full 5 stars. This book has a few main characters that it centers around. It's mainly about this girl named Emily who moves to the town where her mother grew up after her mother passes away. And when she gets to this town, she realizes that her mother is not at all who she thought she was. There's some mysteries and secrets going on. There's a lot of people who are not very welcoming to Emily because of some things that her mother did. There was magic elements and southern charm. The writing style was just absolutely beautiful. I loved the characters. Great book. It was my first Sarah Addison Allen book, and I just cannot wait to read more by her because I think she's a great author, and I highly recommend this book. Then I read this little graphic novel called Lunch Lady and the Cyborg Substitute, and this is by Jarrett J. Not gonna try to pronounce that last name. It was so fun. I absolutely adored this. I want to read more from the series. It's about these 2 lunch ladies and they fight crime, and it's pretty awesome. I thought the artwork was pretty cool, and it was just a really fun read. Like, I literally sat down and read it in 10 minutes. I gave this a 4 stars. Then I read this next graphic novel called Fun Home, a Family Tragicomic by Allison Beachdell. But I'm sorry, don't know how to say that. So as you can see from the name, it is a tragic story. It is not a fun, light graphic novel. So if you're wanting that, I would not read this. It definitely covers serious topics. It is I believe a memoir about this girl whose father committed suicide. It's kind of about her dealing with that, her discovery of who she is and just growing up and dealing with life. It's very deep, very heavy. It was very interesting. I thought it was pretty good. I ended up giving it a 3 stars because I did enjoy it. I mean, there were certain things that I didn't really love so much. So I don't know, I'm kind of on the fence about it. The last book that I read in January was Never Fade by Alexandra Bracken. This is the second book in the Darkest Minds trilogy. I'm obsessed with these books. They are so fantastic. It's a dystopian about these kids who have special mental abilities, and the whole entire world is pretty much terrified of these kids, and so they throw them into these basically like concentration camps to try to keep them contained, even though the government tells the adults that they're putting these kids in these camps to try to help them. That's not the case. I loved it so much. A lot of people are saying they loved this one more than the first one, but I have to disagree. I still love the first book the most. I definitely recommend this series. It's one of my favorite dystopians that I've read so far, and I've read quite a few, so 5 full stars from me. So that's it for everything I read in January. I don't really have a big, huge February TBR. I mean, I did at the beginning of the month, but we're a week into February and I haven't even finished one book yet. So I'm realizing with school and other things going on that I'm just not going to be able to read that much this month. So I've got 3 books here that I'm going to show. Right now on my Kindle, I am reading Cascade by Lisa T. Bergren, and this is the second book in the Rivers of Time series, I think it's called. The first book in this series is about a girl who goes back in time to like medieval times. It's a good series. I always enjoy these books. They're just more like fun, light reads. I'm hoping that I can finish that book this weekend, but I don't know if that's going to happen because today's Sunday, so I don't know. Probably won't finish it this weekend with the way things are going. Next, I really want to read The Longest Ride by Nicholas Sparks because I just want to read this love story for Valentine's Day. I really enjoy all of Nicholas Sparks' books. I'm one of those people. The next book I have is In the Afterlight by Alexandra Bracken because I just need to know what happens in the series. These books are just so good, so I definitely have to pick this one up this month. Even if I don't finish it, I have to start it in February. So that is it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Oh my god, leg cramp. Oh, wow, wow, wow. I mean, I can't. Goes back in time to like the last book. Oh, my stomach is hurting. She's trying to cope with everything because what? So in today's video, totally did a 360. Really, my phone is going off.